Welcome to Petty Details, where the crew gallivants down a tree-lined lane of conversation on all kinds of different subjects. Join the crew as they jump in the Wayback Machine in the quest for nuggets of knowledge. Our journey will allegedly drop some petty details on you that you didn't know you needed to know until now. Hello, crew, and welcome to Petty Details. As
Hello.
always, I want to introduce my co-hosts, Cam and Monica.
Hello,
What's
hello.
up?
With my favorite holiday right around the corner. Let's talk groundhogs. Hello,
Woo.
crew. Welcome to Petty Details.
What's up?
As
Hi.
always, I want to introduce my co-hosts, Cam and Monica.
Hello, hello.
What's up?
With my favorite holiday right around the corner, let's talk groundhogs. Hello, crew. Welcome to Petty Details.
Hey.
As always, I want to introduce my co-hosts, Cam and Monica.
Hello, hello.
What's up?
With my favorite holiday right around the corner, let's talk groundhogs. All right, you guys ready for this?
Good time.
I'm
Yeah.
really
Do
excited
this.
about this.
Let's
I am
go.
not lying when I say that this is my favorite holiday.
She's not even exaggerating a little bit.
Mm-mm.
That's wild. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Meg
So,
knows quite a lot about groundhogs.
and I'm going to enlighten you.
Woohoo.
All right. So, a groundhog is actually in the squirrel family.
Which makes it a rodent,
Okay.
doesn't it?
It does. It is also called a woodchuck or a marmot.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They are cute, but beware because they do have sharp claws and big teeth, and they will use them.
Right.
And I've heard they're kind of mean sometimes, or can be.
They can be, yes.
Oh.
So they grow up to about 17 to 24 inches and 13 pounds.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they are only in North America.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And they
Okay.
burrow into the ground for shelter, which is usually about 6 feet deep. But in their burrows, they can have up to 24 entrances.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
They're sneaky little guys.
Mm-hmm. And they will clean their burrows out.
Oh, they do? Huh.
Yeah. So they are solitary and they do hibernate. They usually eat fruit plants, tree bark, and grass, but they're also known to damage crops and gardens.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, our first petty detail.
I love how giddy you are about this.
So, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? About 700 pounds,
Well, there's an
according
actual
to
answer to that.
according to
Okay.
the Cornell University study.
Nice.
Yeah. So 700 pounds, can you believe that?
That's
That's
insane.
crazy.
Mhm.
So is that like within a time frame, or is that just before it died? Like how much wood could a woodchuck chuck before passing out? Like,
Like in its lifespan, you mean?
right.
Don't
Oh, gotcha.
know
Oh.
that.
Okay.
Like, is it in like one season? That's
Right, right,
either
right.
way,
Yeah.
given the size of the animal, that's a lot of wood
Yeah. I don't
to
know. I didn't
chuck.
read the whole study, so if somebody knows, leave it in the comments.
Let us know.
Right.
Mhm.
That's a lot of
And
chucking wood.
Yeah.
Cam is wearing the perfect shirt because we are going in the Wayback Machine. We're going way back.
How far back?
We're going to find out how the groundhog became the best known weatherman outside of Al Roker.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Yeah,
Shout
okay.
out to Al Roker.
Shout out to Al Roker. All right, so back in the day, there was a pagan celebration that
Hmm.
marked the turning point on the Celtic calendar, which happened around February 1st.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
there are a few names for this in bulk. I don't know if I'm saying that right, or Yoder.
Okay.
Yoder.
Yoder. But then there is a Catholic celebration called Candlemas,
Okay.
which is
Okay.
around the same time also. And
Huh.
it marks the midpoint between winter solstice and spring equinox.
Awesome.
Yep. And during this celebration, people would bring candles to be blessed at the church, which would signify a source of light and warmth for the winter.
Mm.
Nice.
And with this celebration, there was a prediction, and it was even in a poem that read, if Candlemas be fair and bright, winter has another flight. If Candlemas brings clouds and rain, winter will not come again.
Interesting.
Okay. So
Okay.
another petty detail here. The candle moss was originally called Saint Bridget Day.
Oh.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. So then the Europeans bring in the animals.
Of course.
And they start to predict the coming of spring with either a badger or a sacred bear.
Like a honey badger.
Oh.
Just
Can
kidding.
you imagine trying to grab either of them out of their dens to check the weather?
No.
Secret bear is
No.
crazy. Or
Right.
sacred bear, not secret bear.
Yeah.
Secret bear is worse.
I'm
But
just
still a badger, like trying to pull a badger out of its den. No.
Yeah.
Right.
No
Get
thanks.
attacked.
Right.
Yeah. And they aren't the only ones with this idea of animals in spring weather. So both Native American tribes, the Delaware Nation and the Cherokees, also have legends,
Okay.
but they involve the groundhog.
Oh.
Oh.
Mhm. But early settlers don't really do anything with these legends.
Mhm.
Well, but as we have seen with so many other things, the good old Germans
Woohoo.
brought over this tradition to the US.
Okay.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, the Germans bring over everything, right?
Yeah.
But since badgers aren't as easy to find in areas like Pennsylvania, they settled on the groundhog, which was much easier to locate.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
So there is evidence that the groundhog weather predicting celebrations were going on long before the first official celebration in Punxsutawney.
Okay.
So a shopkeeper wrote in a diary entry in 1840, quote, today the Germans
Wow.
say the groundhog comes out of his winter quarters, and if he sees his shadow, he returns in and remains there 40 days.
Oh.
1840. Wow. Okay.
1840, yeah. But then in the late 1800s, this group in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, start hunting and barbecuing up these groundhogs.
Barbecuing. Those poor groundhogs.
Oh
Sounds
no.
tasty, right?
Yum.
What kind of sauce do you use on groundhogs? I don't know.
I don't know.
Who knows?
And
Something
in
with an earthy taste.
yeah.
Yeah. A pesto, maybe.
Maybe. There you go.
And in 1886, this guy, Clymer H. Freias, that's a hell of a name, right?
That is one heck of a name. Yeah.
Yeah. And he is the editor of the Punxsutawney Spirit newspaper. He decides to name this group the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club. And they have a groundhog as their mascot.
Okay.
And he doesn't stop there. He says that this groundhog is going to be the official weather forecasting animal. And he just happens to publish this paper on February 2nd.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Huh.
Right. So, of course, the town of Punxsutawney loves this idea.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the first official Groundhog Day on February 2nd, 1887.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if they served barbecue groundhog that day.
I know. I'm
Oh,
kind of wondering.
that's terrible. It's like the
Yeah.
pardoning of the turkey, but it's the pardoning of the groundhog.
The
Yeah.
groundhogs,
They're
yeah.
like, we're going to take you out of your den to predict the weather, and we're going to barbecue you up if you give us the wrong answer.
And then your lunch.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So now this whole Groundhog Day is basically what Punxsutawney is known for, right?
Mm.
Otherwise, nobody would know Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
No, probably not.
So the group that cares for the groundhog is named the Inner Circle.
Okay.
And this isn't just some group of like weird guys in top hats. It's weird guys that are literally dedicated to the groundhog.
So
Yeah.
weird guys.
Yeah.
And they not only put on the celebration each year, but they care for the groundhog year round and they take it
Oh.
on little field trips.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
And
So they're
weird,
no longer hunting and barbecuing
Right,
the
yeah.
groundhogs.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
like, these groundhogs are kings now.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And Weirdo Meg favorite holiday Groundhog Day is calling these guys weirdos. So
Right,
that's
right.
how far out it
That's
is.
saying something.
Yeah.
All right. So you have to be appointed to be in this group
Oh my gosh. Appointed by whom?
by somebody else in the group.
Oh, okay.
hmm You have to
Like
live.
members only
Yeah.
style.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
You have to live in Punxsutawney.
Okay.
And
Okay.
although it's a full-time job to take care of the groundhog and plan the celebration, they're all volunteers.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Oh.
how much does this position pay? Never mind.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Not a thing.
Um, and they actually have to prove their dedication and service before they are considered.
Wow.
Yeah, this is like
Are,
serious.
are there certain is there like a checklist? Like
You have
check
to
you
paint his
do this,
toenails, brush his
check,
teeth.
do
Yeah,
this,
Yeah.
something
check.
like that. Yeah, you have to know how much would a woodchuck could chuck.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I
You're
would
in then,
assume
Meg.
so, but this is like, I mean, this is Illuminati kind of secretive
Right?
stuff
Hmm.
It's like secret society level
for real.
crazy.
Absolutely.
So they all have nicknames.
The guys do.
Yes,
Okay.
like Fair Weatherman or Thunder Conductor. So this is
Oh,
actually a really
What?
exclusive group, like for real.
Oh my God.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's like Gale Weathers from Scream.
Yes.
Like, okay, if
Yeah,
your name's Gale Weathers, awesome.
Yeah.
exactly. So you're probably thinking that this poor groundhog has to be pulled out of his burrow on a cold ass morning to predict the weather for a bunch of tourists.
Right.
Well,
In the country.
yes, but no. So don't feel sorry for this groundhog.
I really don't. It's got a whole crew of people looking after it,
Yes, and he
taking it on field
literally,
trips.
yeah, he literally gets the best of everything.
Yeah, I bet.
He's got a huge house
Mhm.
that is next to the library with big windows so the kids can see in.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And my cousin Jimmy actually sent me a picture from there one day, and I was really jealous.
Oh, what's on Meg's
Meg's life
travel bucket
dream.
list
For
Yeah.
real. Yeah,
on Groundhog Day?
exactly. Yep. Okay, so you can check him out at the library. He's also got a wife named Phyllis.
Okay.
What?
He gets the very, very best food of kale, sweet potatoes, sliced apples, cauliflower, broccoli, and the list goes on. Like he gets whatever he wants.
My goodness.
Oh my
Is there like a
goodness.
whole garden dedicated to just growing food for him?
I'm sure it is, and I'm sure it's organic.
Probably.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine
Um,
being that farmer? Whoa,
yeah. Don't screw it up.
for real.
So only certain inner circle people can handle him and feed him.
Oh, dang.
He's
Okay.
got a
So
food
even
tester in
more,
case someone tries to poison him.
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
even more exclusive of a club within the
Yes.
exclusive club.
Yes.
The
Wow.
inner circle.
The inner circle,
Yeah.
yeah. And there's even a more inner circle
Oh,
because
geez.
only the president can understand the groundhog's native language, which is how he knows what the groundhog's prediction is.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. When he travels, he has a special plexiglass pen like the Pope. It
What?
literally looks like a Pope mobile, kind of. I am not
Oh
joking.
my God.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. And
Secret Service probably.
no, for real. And
Armed
he's
guards.
always ready for his close-up.
Naturally.
Always.
Mhm.
And he gets the elixir of life, which extends his life 7 years at a time, which makes him like 140 something.
Nice.
So they're replacing these woodchucks, right? And just saying that?
No,
Or
it's the elixir of
oh,
life, Cam.
of course.
It's the same groundhog.
Just a thought, not a fact, I
Just a
guess.
thought, not a
Yeah.
My
fact,
bad.
Cam.
My bad.
All right. So another petty detail. I liked this one too. The groundhog was called Brer Groundhog until the 1960s when he was named Phil.
Okay.
Oh,
That's pretty recent. Like I
That
didn't
is
think,
really recent.
yeah.
I was kind of wondering, well, I always kind of wondered about when Groundhog Days started, but
Now you
even
know.
that far back, Phil is not a very common name for back then. He would have been
Yeah.
Philip.
Right. But
Philip.
But
Phil
you
is
have to be
not.
just called Phil.
Yeah,
That's
Phil
much
was not
more.
Phil until the 60s.
Wow.
But Phil
Poor
has
Phil.
been to all the cool places because he's a celebrity.
Duh.
He was on the Today Show in 1960.
What?
He visited the White House in 1986.
Nice.
That's crazy.
He was on Oprah in 1995.
What?
And his first internet broadcast was in 1998.
Nice.
Bro
So
How?
posted to YouTube.
yeah,
For real. Yeah,
yeah,
he did.
he was one of the first viral people, or
Oh,
viral
That's
groundhogs, I guess.
crazy.
there you go.
Yeah.
So, like, does the president have to travel with him because the president's the only one that can understand the groundhog, so he has to make all these appearances with him?
I'm not sure the president does because the president only has to, you know, find out what his
Interpret?
prediction is, yeah, on the second.
Mm,
But I know that
Oh,
the handlers do.
gotcha.
mm.
That makes sense.
hmm Okay, so
Interesting.
Groundhog Day starts at like 3 a.m. as people gather at Gobbler's Knob.
Yeah, that I remember seeing that this past year, and I was like, "It's what? It's
Yeah.
Yes.
called what?" We
Yes.
might have to bleep that. That's crazy.
So
Gobblers.
thousands of people will stand in the rain, wind, and snow, whatever the weather, to see this.
That is crazy. But okay.
I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am all about
Insane.
this. And during this time, there
Like
will
I said,
be
bucket list for Meg.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
So around during this time, like before the groundhog stuff, there is entertainment, you know, bands and stuff like that.
Because,
Dancing groundhogs.
yeah,
Well, yeah, because you're probably standing there for four, 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours.
easily.
Yeah. Um, because the real festivities begin around 6,
Okay.
and the sunrise is somewhere around 7:20 usually. And that's when he will be brought out to much fanfare. And it is like a whole procession of the inner circle walking in.
This poor
You'll
groundhog's like, I'm so over this after 100 and
40
some odd
years.
years of this. This
Right.
bullshit.
I
So
want a
you'll
blankie.
see
Go to sleep.
Right?
so you'll see Phil in his temporary burrow, and then the inner circle pulls out these scrolls and reads them. And it's usually a poem about either seeing his shadow, where it will be 6 more weeks of winter, or not seeing shadow, which will mean early spring.
Gotcha.
Then,
God, I hope he doesn't see his shadow. God, please.
yeah. Then Phil is brought out, and he either sees his shadow or not.
Right.
Then he tells the president, who
Oh,
translates the prediction from Groundhog into English for the world.
of course,
Wow.
as one does, as literally one does him.
Critical
Mm-hmm.
moment there. Yes.
Yes. Then the rest of the day is like a big party. It is
Back
a
at Gobbler's Knob.
for real.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cut
It
to
is a
goblin.
festival with groundhog merch, food, not groundhogs, entertainment. Then you can go to the Groundhog Club headquarters and see the history of Groundhog Day.
They definitely have pins, like little
Oh,
pins you
Oh,
could. Absolutely.
easily.
for sure.
Guaranteed.
For sure. And they've got groundhog hats, and I really want one.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
They have
honestly
plush
surprised
groundhogs
you
for
have,
sure.
right? I'm
But
honestly
I haven't
surprised
done
you
it
have
yet.
never, yeah, you've never traveled there.
Yeah, no, it really is on my
Um,
bucket list, though.
Groundhog Day.
And then you can go see Phil's home burrow. And then there's a
Oh,
whole like weather discovery center, and there are even VIP events where you can meet Phil.
Watch out now.
right. Backstage pass.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. All
Crazy.
the
access
whole
backstage
thing.
pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right. So another petty detail, and you guys are gonna laugh at this one. I learned this from a guy at work who went down the ground hole with me the other day. So I was telling him about how I was really excited about Groundhog Day, and he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, you don't understand." I'm like, it's the whole thing. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
he started, going on the internet and researching it. And he comes back the next day and he goes, I went down the rabbit hole. And I'm like, I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what he said, that Punxsutawney Phil was actually sued in Wyoming in 2023.
No way.
The lawsuit
What?
said that he was fraudulent in predicting spring, and they wanted damages for stress from road closures, injuries from shoveling snow, and emotional damage from not seeing the ground.
Okay, but legit, I'm surprised that didn't happen sooner. I'm surprised it was 2023 before that happened.
Well, it did. So Phil was asked about the lawsuit. He had no comment.
Shocker.
It so it also happened in Ohio in 2013,
Oh, okay.
although Ohio asked for the death penalty.
No. Oh my God. Okay, that's a bit extreme. That is a bit much.
Yeah. But fear not, these were April Fool's jokes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so it's okay.
But still,
It's funny.
it is pretty funny.
Although there actually was a real lawsuit regarding Phil in 2011
Okay.
when the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club sued for copyright infringement over a Super Bowl ad.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay.
And that lawsuit was settled.
Hmm.
Did they win? Well, no, they settled. Never
They
mind.
settled, so yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the thing. Phil isn't really the best predictor around.
No.
He
Right.
just happens to be the best marketer.
Yeah, he's pretty good at that, yeah.
So Phil is only correct from 40 to 50% of the time. And this
That's
is
not bad. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be less.
Right. Given
I
that he's
thought it
a
was like,
rodent.
right.
Cam.
What's up?
He could be better.
He could. He could. With more training, he definitely could. But I'm just saying,
He can't look on weather.com. Come on.
Yeah.
But here's the thing is that that was according to a different study. So it was like kind of a third party study. If you go
Oh,
to
okay.
the Punxsutawney website, they say
Mhm.
he's predicted like 80 or 90% of the time.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
that's BS.
Right.
But Phil, he isn't the only predictor out there.
I was gonna say, aren't there other ones?
Oh, yes.
There's like a handful of them.
Oh, no, there's more than that.
Oh, okay.
You can
Wow.
go to countdowntogroundhogday.com.
Of course you can.
Not that I had this saved as a
right.
No.
The
as
first
a
not
one on
bookmark.
Meg's bookmark.
This
Yeah.
is not bookmarked on Meg's pages at all.
And
Gmail. This site. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And they have a list of about 181 predicting animals
What?
from the past and present.
Oh my
181.
goodness.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have their ratio score?
Yeah, actually, some of them
Yeah.
do.
Good. Good.
So anything obviously from groundhogs to deer, a
Mm.
tortoise, an
Okay.
alligator.
I can get behind that one.
I actually think that one is in Louisiana.
Nice.
It should be. Yeah.
A bullfrog,
Okay.
Mm.
an armadillo, a cat, a
A
squirrel, a duck, a lobster,
A lobster.
Whoa.
Okay.
an aardvark,
Yeah.
an owl, an
Mm.
alpaca, a skunk, which you got to be careful with that one, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Penguins and grizzly bears.
Nice.
I want a weather predicting penguin.
Yeah.
Right.
So some of the weirder ones, like the alligator, is Big Al out of Beaumont, Texas.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, Beaumont, yeah, that sounds about right.
It's basically
You're right.
No. We're not gonna go there. It's close.
It's not. Okay.
That's not Louisiana.
You won't claim that one.
It's still
No.
Texas, but
Yeah.
close enough.
So the armadillo is Bee Cave Bob, who is also out of Texas.
That would make, yeah.
Makes total sense, yeah.
Uh-huh.
The cat is Concord Casimir out of Concord, Ohio. The aardvark, named
names.
First Coast Frizz, is out of Jacksonville.
What?
Jacksonville.
First Coast Frizz.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Did you ever watch that?
Oh,
Oh, what was the
oh,
name of that show with Ted Danson, where they went to heaven, but it was actually hell, and the one guy was from Jacksonville, and he'd always go Jacksonville.
oh,
You know this
Is it The
the
Good Place? Is that what you're
yes,
yes.
talking about? Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I've never seen that, but my friends talked about it. Yeah.
it's good.
Not me pulling that out. That's crazy. You guys got to catch up.
I know.
Good
I
I'm
need
just
to
job,
going on
shame
Cam.
here.
you guys.
Good
Y'all didn't
job,
know that?
Cam.
Yeah.
That's it. The planets have aligned, Cam.
They
Yeah,
have,
absolutely.
for real.
Right.
All right. So, but as I am a tad obsessed with Groundhog Day, I don't just follow Phil.
Of course you don't.
Mm,
I have a bunch of other groundhogs that I like to follow.
Any self-respecting groundhog aficionado would.
Yes,
of
absolutely.
course.
So, there is Jimmy the Groundhog in Wisconsin,
Okay,
Okay.
Potomac Phil in Washington, D.C.,
nice.
Oh.
Dunkirk Dave out of New York,
Ah,
Buckeye Chuck from Ohio,
nice.
Buckeye Chuck. Oh, he
and
sounds fun.
Woodstock Willie out of Woodstock, Illinois.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we know that Phil isn't right most of the time.
So you,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay, well, neither is I'm not sure if I'm going to say this one right. Wereton Willie out of Ontario.
Okay.
Okay.
And they also have a festival, by the way,
Oh, nice.
but
Mm.
he's only got a 50% rating also.
Oof.
Lame.
But General Beauregard Lee Jackson out of Georgia
Okay.
is right about 70% of the time.
Oh, these names are
Whoa.
fantastic.
Yeah. And my
Okay, that's
favorite,
impressive.
Staten Island Chuck. He's my favorite groundhog.
Why is he your favorite?
He is
Because of
actually
that
right.
accent.
Yeah,
Right?
he's got an accent. Yeah. He is actually right about 80% of the time.
Dang.
And
Wow.
this is from third party like studies. This is not
How often
Staten
they
Island
predict
coming out.
every year,
Hmm.
but like it's probably not as much as the Phil one.
No, they
Because like
predict
the
every single
more
year. So it's the
every
same. Yeah, it's the same
oh,
ratio. Hmm.
okay. Oh wow. I was gonna say because I was like, well, if Phil's done the longest, that would make sense why his is the lowest. But
They
no,
predict, yeah, they took the same chunk. So,
that's insane. Wow.
so if you want a good groundhog prediction,
Go to Staten Island.
go to Staten Island Chuck. Yeah,
Staten Island Chuck.
yeah. Um,
Nice.
what I actually do though, I mean, like he's my favorite, but I actually go through and I pick out the average of what they're gonna say, and that's what I go with the prediction. Because I
Nice.
check almost every single one of these. Like I
I
don't check the weird ones. Like I don't check the armadillo or whatever, but the main
cool.
groundhogs, like some of
Yeah.
the ones that I named, Dunkirk Dave, stuff like that, those are the ones that I will average.
I feel like
Yep.
I always remember it like I'm like, oh, it's like 6 more weeks of winter, blah blah blah. But I feel like I never recognize if spring ever comes early. Like I'm like if it does happen, I'm like, okay, like cool. But I'm like when it's more winter, I'm like, no 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 no.
Yeah, no,
I don't need
I'm right
winter
there
to
with
go
you.
into March.
Right.
No, thank you. If in every year, like from what I can remember, like Mardi Gras is usually around that time. Like
That's
Mardi
true.
Gras is usually cold, and I'm like,
Oh yeah,
ah. It's like I really need it to be just even the slightest bit warmer than freezing would be great.
Oh
Because it's
yeah.
like cold by the time it
yeah.
gets to Mardi Gras. I'm like, dude,
And that cold will get into your bones.
Oh
it's
yeah.
yeah, it's bone chilling. That is for
Yes.
sure.
For real.
All right, so you have to make sure that you check out all the predictions before you just go off of following Phil's.
Right. You
Yeah.
don't just look up on Wikipedia. You look up on .gov, .net. Yeah.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Watch us get sued by Punxsutawney
Yeah.
Phil, by the Groundhog Club. Uh,
Uh,
all right, so petty detail, another one. The
woo.
groundhog, Woodstock Willie out of Illinois, that I mentioned earlier.
Uh-huh.
Well, he's become a thing mostly because of the movie Groundhog Day, and that was filmed in Woodstock.
I was gonna ask if he was the woodchuck
I
or the
don't know that
groundhog.
he was the woodchuck, but he is the one that's out of that town that it was filmed in.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. I
Interesting.
don't think he was the star of the show, but
Okay.
yeah. So, um, Cam, you should have seen how it how it stopped on your face.
Oh God.
The facial expressions that it is freezing on have been
Uh,
priceless today.
yes,
What was it?
it was all kind of
Yeah.
funny. It was
Oh
great.
no.
The faces of Cam.
Right.
All right, so Groundhog Day, great movie, right?
Yes.
It is a classic,
Hmm.
and it brought into the lexicon its Groundhog Day to mean something that happens again and again. Have you seen this
Right.
movie, Cam?
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah. When I was like younger, I haven't seen it recently, but
Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right. I didn't believe him when he said that.
I was like, wait, I have
Uh,
seen this.
All
that's
right. So it came out in 1993, starred Bill Murray and Andy McDowell. Originally, they wanted Tom Hanks to play the main character.
really.
Yes, but he
I
was
mean, he would have
considered
been
too
brilliant at
nice.
it. I mean, he
Yeah.
would have been brilliant, but I don't know. Bill Murray is just
Well, come
Bill
on. The
Murray.
the guy is kind of an asshole.
Well, yeah,
So is Tom Hanks? I mean, I'm sure he could do it.
he could do it. I don't know that it'd be convincing, but he could do
Yeah,
it.
I don't know either. And the movie is directed by Egon from Ghostbusters, Harold
Oh,
Ramis.
nice.
Hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Petty detail.
Oh, I've got another petty detail about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so another petty detail. This film made Harold and Bill butt heads so much that they didn't talk to each other for years after filming.
Oh dang.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
Falling apart.
falling apart. So a few petty details about the film.
Hmm.
Bill Murray was bitten twice by the groundhog during filming.
Oh man, poor Bill. Poor
Uh,
Bill.
I know.
Hmm.
There are plaques in Woodstock that say things like Bill Murray stepped here.
Oh shit.
Um,
Oh boy.
yeah, there are 38 days that are depicted in the movie.
Okay.
Although
Okay.
thousands could have taken place, only 38 are shown.
Okay.
There is a part where Bill is at the piano teacher's house and he starts
Uh-huh.
playing the piano. That is
Hmm.
actually Bill Murray playing the piano.
No
No
way.
way.
Mm-hmm.
He's that wow.
Yeah,
He's
That's
good.
crazy.
dude's talented. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and this movie really kicked up interest in Groundhog Day.
Hmm.
In fact, before the movie, there was usually about 2,000 or so people at the Punxsutawney celebration.
Okay.
After the movie, that number jumped, and now you can expect about 20,000 people.
Oh
Oh
my
my God.
gosh. Even still, like
Times
even to this
10.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And Bill Murray has been the Grand Marshal of the Punxsutawney Parade.
Yes, he has.
Of course he
Of
has.
course he has.
Yeah.
It also like has spawned or inspired television shows to do episodes that are
Yeah.
groundhog
Yeah.
like.
Supernatural. Mm-hmm.
One
Yep.
of my favorite supernatural episodes
Oh,
is
yeah.
the groundhog like
Yeah.
episode. It is
I
freaking hilarious. I love
always
The
it.
think of that
Flash
one
did
on
it as
Tuesday.
well.
Yes,
Oh,
they
yeah. The Flash
did.
did too. Yeah.
They have a lot. They have a like pretty much almost all of them have like
Yeah.
that I can think of that have the like
Yeah.
rewind one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Groundhog
Hmm.
type.
Yep. All right. So now you know all about Groundhog Day. And to watch out for Staten Island Chuck. We gotta see what he says instead of Phil.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're
We gotta
going with
back
Staten
him.
Island.
Yeah,
Donate your money.
that's
Yeah.
right. I think that
Write
I
it off on
actually
your
did.
taxes.
There you go.
I think I actually did give you some petty details that you did not know
Oh, you
that you
did.
needed to know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely did. Like the
Absolutely.
how much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
exactly. Yep,
That was
700.
crucial information.
it was
That's
Yep.
crazy. Because now instead of being like, I don't know, I'll be like 700 pounds worth.
700 pounds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now you look like a fool. That's crazy.
You're like, I have an answer, bro. I don't know where
That's
you've
right.
been. Like,
Right.
So, as always, please subscribe so you never miss an
yes.
episode. Let us know
or
if you have
any of the
ideas
petty
or comments.
details.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
We do read your comments and ideas, so let
Yes,
us
we
know.
do.
And stay petty, my friends. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.